Curbing the surge of marriage divorce is the topic for today's discussion.
You see that people are getting divorced, people are giving up on marriages, people are maybe preferring to go their own way in life, if you ask me, over a number of reasons. Women now can decide to say, I've had enough, and walk away, even without the consent of family or any authority in their life, because they have the financial power to start up their lives without
the aid of the man
or family.
Some women are measuring shoulders now with their husband and feeling that those things they could allow before, they will no longer allow it because of the economic power, and then the other one, lack of knowledge, understanding, and lack of tolerance.
The problem usually is that when people are having problems in marriages, there are more people who are giving them encouragement to continue on the wrong path more than to continue on the good
right
path.
Right. If you cannot resolve between yourself and your husband, I have been 34 years in this marriage that I'm talking about, and people have not judged me and my husband.
I think we need to clap to that. That's commendable.
Welcome back. We are still discussing curbing the surge of marriage divorce. All right, that takes me to the maybe last question from this end. It says the roles of couples in mending their fences, in building long-lasting union as God commanded them. What are they? There could be some roles. There could be certain things they would do.
I think from where we started,
yes,
friendship is very important. Many years ago, I read a book. I stumbled on a book, Love is Not Enough. Mm-hmm. At that time, my understanding of issues was not as deep as this. So I struggled with the thought. So I quickly grabbed the book and read it. Reading the book, I understood that indeed, love is not enough. Look, the people who are packing up in their marriages, they started in love.
Exactly, as
but
friends.
Because friendship went out of the way, it becomes a problem. So they become strangers living together. So we must understand the importance of friendship, and we must understand how to stoke the fire of friendship. And that includes making up your mind that you will please your spouse. The Bible says that let everyone be minded to pleasing his neighbor. You know, selfishness is what kills marriage. When you now begin to think only about yourself and neglect the need of the other person, frustration will set in. And when it becomes compound selfishness, meaning this one is selfish, that one is selfish, they begin to drag apart. So I think that one of the things that friendship should anchor on is willingness to care for the feelings, for the life of the other person. What can I do to please my spouse? What can I do to make sure that this person is enjoying this journey with me? That's very important. And again, I think we should add that we should always have in mind that these are two different people coming from different places. It's not going to gel automatically. There might be issues. In fact, if people get married together for 100 years, there will still be issues because we are complex enough individually, let alone when you now bring people together. You see the complexity will grow.
Increase.
You see, there are things I like, for instance, that my wife does not like. But we find a way around it.
Exactly.
And see how it works. Because when you want to have understanding of what this person is comfortable with, you will build your life around trying to make living with you easier. We need to be conscious that there is no marriage that cannot break. There's no marriage that cannot break, and there's no marriage that cannot succeed. All it takes is for us to premise our marriage on genuine friendship. It is friendship that makes love worthwhile. You know, sometimes when we get married, before we get married, we are chasing, we are being all nice, we are going out of the way to make the other person comfortable.
Exactly.
The moment we get married, children start coming in, we begin to transfer our love. We begin to divest from our spouse, maybe to our children, to our businesses, and we begin to now sometimes wish that, oh, maybe this is not the person I should have been with. All that is happening because we are losing thought of one thing. And that is where I want to end this.
Yes.
We are losing thought of the thing that people grow. People develop. So if there is somebody you are with and there are areas of life that is not measuring up, you can discuss it. If she's not measuring up, you can discuss it. Because there is something called self-development.
Communication is key.
People can grow. That is, somebody can become better today than what they were yesterday.
Of course.
And sometimes how to get there is when you encourage them to do it. Women should, I always tell women in my church, there is a way to talk to a man.
Exactly.
There is a way to men, all men, every man has an ego. Every man.
Second.
So it is very important that you know that as a woman, you need to stoop to conquer. And I don't see any woman, even my old mother who is 80-something years, I don't see any woman that you will speak kind words to and will not smile. Women like to be loved. They like to be pampered. They like to be taken care of. The Bible said that they are the weaker vessels. So there are people that we should give out time to take care of them. If we put all these things together, marriages will survive all odds. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have said it all. We'll take a break now and then enter question and answer session. Vivid View.
Say, I do it.
My name is Oyinye. Sir, are there any needs for third party in marriages? If yes, what are their roles?
My name is Moses Nwosu. Came from the first question. My question is, when is the right time for one to involve a third party in a marriage or relationship? Thank you.
My name is Bukola. I would like to ask, is it compulsory to help your spouse financially for you to maintain that friendship in marriage? Thank you.
Welcome back. A lot of questions have been asked from the audience. So I guess please attend to them.
Okay, let's run through them quickly. I think the first question was, is there a role for third parties in marriage? If yes, what are their functions? Third party, by general definition, has to do with anybody outside the two people who are married. So it could be in-laws, pastor, colleague, friend, whatever. Now, what I want to say is this is the way I like to think that marriage should work. Every married couple should realize that marriage is an enclosure. So it has a door. And the man and the wife are the ones in control of that door. So they decide who to open to and when to open to the person. So because we cannot live in isolation, yes, there is a role for third parties, but it is according to the desire of the married people in determining who to admit and for what reason. So I want to say very clearly that no third party has a right to crash into your home. Only the person that you decide to admit, either as a mentor or as a spiritual father or as somebody who you want to submit to hold you accountable so that you will not make mistakes, or somebody you want to invite when you're having crisis that you cannot handle on your own. But the bottom line is that there is a door. Marriage is an enclosure. Nobody has the right to enter, no matter who they are. Nobody says, I'm his mother, he's my son. So I have a right to come to my son's house. So you come there.
My son's house.
And you stay 3 months and inconvenience the people. Or you say, it's my daughter. And you pack your load, leave your husband.
Yes.
And come and stay with your daughter and be causing problem for them.
Yes.
All that is not advisable.
Or even brothers and sisters.
Or brothers and sisters
house. No, my sister
who
house.
now come to enter. You know, let me even extend it. Say, if you have somebody in your home, maybe who you were trying to help, who now becomes a problem, the first thing to do is to send that person out. Then you can sit down and resolve your differences. So third parties are allowed according to the need of the family.
That's it.
Let me go on to when is the right time like I've already said, it is the couple themselves that will determine what's the right time. Let me use an extreme situation. If you're having a challenge and you are trying to resolve it and you cannot agree, it's important to look for somebody who can be objective, number one, and who is an authority in marriage. That somebody is a pastor does not necessarily mean that he knows what to say. There are pastors who don't know what to say about marriage. There are pastors who will counsel you, or let me say, generally clergymen who will counsel you and you get into greater problems.
Yes.
Because even maybe themselves are struggling in their own marriages. So you have to look for somebody who is a clear example. And there's nothing wrong in going to experts, people who are trained as marriage counselors or coaches to help you navigate your way through. So it is usually at the point where you can sincerely tell yourself that, look, we need help.
Yes.
That is the right
That
time
this thing is not working.
to
Yeah.
bring in a third party. Because maybe the wife is struggling with submission. Because most girls who get married and most young men, they do not understand this submission thing. The Bible did not say, maybe I should make that clear here.
Better.
If you're a Christian, the Bible did not say man is the head of the woman, that woman should submit to man. That's not in the Bible. The Bible says it is the wife. So if the woman is not your wife, she does not owe you submission. But if the woman becomes your wife, I usually tell my daughters in the Lord, before you decide to marry somebody, look at the person very well. Because if you marry a mumu, the moment you say I do, God will hold you accountable to submit to that man because he has become your head.
Exactly.
So when you understand these things, it becomes easy to find solution to whatever. Let me end that one with saying, at every time, put yourself first before any other person. Put yourself first. And the last question is, can I help? Is it important to help a spouse? Yes, because financially. The issue, I've said it before, God's idea for marriage is that two people, he said, therefore shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. So in that arrangement, what the other person has belongs to the other person.
Exactly.
But of course, we know that in the society, in many cases, it's not like that now. You know, I don't know if I have time. I pastored a couple in Benin City some years ago who I discovered that they were building houses individually. This one was building, this one was building. And I called them, why? Why are you struggling to build? Why not build one? The woman told me something that shook me. He said, Daddy, I am sorry. I cannot. He said, the year we got married, we had a misunderstanding. And the man said to me, do you think you are the only woman I will marry? My father married many wives, so me, I will marry many. He said, since that day, she began to look out for her own children because she does not know if the man has, until now, the man has not married another wife, but it has scattered the arrangement there.
Words of mouth.
So you need to understand that so long as you have the understanding that you are one. I'm not talking about when you are dating, you start giving your money to a boy and the boy uses your money to go to Canada and forget you. No, I'm talking about when you are now married. You have become one. What belongs to you belongs. You build your life together and helping yourselves. And of course, when you understand that his pursuit is genuine and is legitimate and he has a future. Not somebody who wants to use your money to go and do gambling or go for clubbing. Somebody who has a genuine whatever. You reason it. You think about it. My take is that if I have to give you money, I have to know what you want to do.
Or even use your mind to go and maintain another woman elsewhere.
Fine. So I have to know what you want to do. So when you have that discussion and you know that it's something you buy into, you grow together. And at the end, you will enjoy it. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. I think he has already done well in the questions that were asked, and I believe too that the audience are satisfied with the answers he gave. So we will have your parting words now.
Well, I would like to say here now that marriage is beautiful. Let's not mess it up by bringing strange ideas into marriage. If you want to ride a car There's something called the owner's manual that the manufacturers put inside. That's what will help you to know how to maintain your car and how to use your car safely. There is a manual for marriage. It is called the Word of God, written by the originator of marriage. If you want to enjoy, look at that manual. Build your life along that line. And don't forget that God has placed people along your way to help you. That's why the Bible says, in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Use those help. Don't go alone and crash when you can obtain help and win. God bless you.
You have said it all. You say a word is enough for the wise. Like I said earlier, this is not the first time we're treating this issue. It's because we also love people to also do well in their marriage. That is the mind of God towards us. Some of us who are saying it's not that it's really so easy like that, but we determined to make it, to make God proud. We're determined. And that is why there's no violence. That is why there's no intolerance. That is why there's cooperation. Because when you determine, you have that commitment one to another, you will make it. Just as he said, if devil can shatter home, there's God that will mend it. So it is easy. That is the thought of God towards us. So marriage is a beautiful thing. I must tell you the truth. Marriage is a beautiful thing. And God knew. That is why he said it's not good for a man to be alone. He created only one man before. But Adam was just there alone. He cannot discuss with goats and sheep and all those animals. He said he needs something. He needed a companion. Why would God not give you this companion? He said, no, I want to remain alone. That's what you're telling God. By divorcing, you want to remain alone. Please, as you are listening to us, do well. Look at where you have gone wrong. Look at where we have missed it and amend. And God will help you. I know everyone is not Christian, but at the same time, I know everyone is not Christian. When Pastor said read the Bible, I tell you, every book we have in the world today somehow originated from the Bible. So there are books you can read concerning marriage. If you say I'm not a Christian, read book concerning marriage. Even that book written, they took some verses from Bible to advise. So don't say, I'm not a Christian, why should I read Bible? But I tell you, this is the truth of the matter. That is the biggest wisdom book in life. So follow it. And you see that, and stop this competition, stop this, what about this, and no, don't look at the one that succeeded, don't look at the one that failed. I always tell people, before I met my husband, Godwin, I told God I want to be successful in my marriage. I want to celebrate 50 years marriage anniversary. And that's why I make bold to say it. Today I'm 34. You see, so can man not say? So when you do this, you find out that you make it. Because determination, they say, is success. When you now look at, after I'm not going to be the first person, if you know don't work, I drop it. And that is already your mindset for entering into marriage. So definitely it will jam rock and you will leave. But if your mindset, I'm going to make it, and the man say we're going to make it, you will really make it. God bless you. All right, so having said this, I want to thank our guests again for your presence with us. We really appreciate how you handled this topic. And also to thank our production crew, the executive producer, for giving us the grace and the chance to be here. I want to thank our numerous sponsors, wherever you are. Thank you, we appreciate you. And finally, to bring in artists to show, to sign out this program. Join us next week for another edition. I am Achilles. Goodbye. Vivid View, say and do it. Come on,
It's Spangy, the secret song.
I will answer. Alright. Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending. Who is, who was, and who is to come. Omo gbogbo ìràwọ̀, ó fún gbogbo wọn lórúkọ. It will show me mercy every day, don't dá mi sí. Ẹ má má bá mi jà, Olúwa kò yí padà. He that keepeth me, you'll never sleep, oh, no slumber. Oh yeah, kọrin hallelujah, oh, sí bàbá lókè, oh. for your mercy supersede. You dey sit me for body, agbára Ọlọ́run pọ̀, ó pọ̀ òmò ló pọ̀, ó lànà sórí òkun, owó di Jẹ́ríkò. Agbára Ọlọ́run pọ̀, ó pọ̀ òmò ló pọ̀, ó lànà sórí òkun, owó di Jẹ́ríkò. Oh my daddy, ó pọ̀, we cry Abba Father, ó pọ̀ Jehovah Nisi, ó pọ̀, we give all the glory, ó pọ̀, oh my daddy, ó pọ̀, we cry Abba Father, ó pọ̀ Jehovah Nisi, ó pọ̀, you are the king of kings, ó pọ̀, There is a bastard, I say he's a bastard. When I call on Jesus' name one time, he dey answer. There is a bastard, I say he's a bastard. When I call on Jesus' name one time, he dey answer. I just wanna let you know that his power is enough to deliver you from sin, and I saw them in the book of life. I just wanna let you know that his power is enough to deliver you from sin, and I saw them in the book of life. Ẹ má bọ̀ mọ́ Ọlọ́run jà, Olúwa kò yí padà. He that keepeth you will never sleep, oh, no slumber. Oh, yeah, come hallelujah, oh, see Baba lókè, oh, for your mercy supersede. He dey sweet me for body, oh, agbára Ọlọ́run pọ̀, ó pọ̀ òmò ló pọ̀, ó lànà sórí òkun, owó di Jẹ́ríkò. Agbára Ọlọ́run pọ̀, ó pọ̀ òmò ló pọ̀, ó lànà sórí òkun, owó di Jẹ́ríkò. Oh my daddy, ó pọ̀, we cry Abba Father, ó pọ̀ Jehovah Nisi. Give all the glory, oh my daddy, oh, we cry Abba Father, oh, Jehovah Nisi, oh, you are the King of Kings, oh, Papa, so.